Welcome again to the big match. Today's lineup, our main match, is a really thrilling one between Spurs and Everton that had the crowd on tiptoe right to the end. Make sure you see it right to the end today. And our guest in the studio is Alfie Conn, such a great favourite with the Spurs fans these days. Welcome, Alfie. We're going to back that one up with some more good action as West Bromwich Albion face West Ham, and then in the second division as Bristol Rovers meet Charlton Athletic. We're going to take a look at your letters as well, of course. But first, that great game at White Hart Lane, where that famous old cockerel at Tottenham looked down on a really memorable afternoon. Let's first of all have the Spurs team, a shake-up there after one or two poor results. Jennings in goal, a back four of Naylor, Young, Osgood and McAllister, Hoddle, Perryman and Pratt in the middle of the field, Taylor, Duncan and Connor up front, with McNabb the sub. Good to see John Duncan on the left here coming up now, back in the side for the first time this season. Alfie Conn, as I say, a favourite of the crowd, gets another recall. And the first big match glimpse of Peter Taylor, former Crystal Palace star, now in a Spurs shirt. As for Everton, they are unchanged. Davis in goal, Bernard, Lyons, McNaught and Jones are their back four, Dobson, Hamilton and King in midfield, Telfer, Latchford and Goodless up front, with Darracott their substitute. And a youngster who's getting a lot of goals for them these days, Andy King, formerly with Luton Town. The referee today is Ray Toasden of Northants, and the crowd is 26,000 strong.
So Spurs kick off, attacking the goal to our right in the white shirts, Everton in their traditional blue. And Spurs, their fans have had a message from the manager Keith Birkinshaw in the programme today, imploring them to get behind the team. The crowd by Tottenham standards is a poor one, but in the early moments at any rate, their enthusiasm seems 100%. Bernard for Everton. Andy King. And McAllister coming away. A little touch for Perryman. Willie Young. He was in danger of losing that for a moment. And a hasty back pass there as Telfer moved in. David Jones with that header. Keith Osgood to Steve Perryman. Now Duncan off in chase. Ken McNaught, Scottish boy. And David Jones back to his Welsh goalkeeper, Di Davis. And they bought from Swansea. Nice touch there by Latchford, and here's King again. Oh, and a good save from Pat Jennings, not helped by the deflection on the way. But this big goalkeeper, who is soon to have a testimonial match, got down well as Andy King hit that one. A slight deflection, Jennings always behind it. Now Hamilton. But it falls nicely for Conn. He's almost through now. McNaught is backing off him, a little dummy there, and a nice pass to Duncan, and a great chance here. Saved for Everton by the interception of Ken McNaught. Well, that's why they call him King Alf, and that's why the Tottenham crowd so enjoy Alfie Conn's skills. And he made an opening there for John Duncan, which at the very last was stopped by McNaught. There's the corner coming in, nodded away by Jones. Another throw to Tottenham. That really was a great chance for Tottenham, though, and a goal would serve them so well at the moment. They've only won one of their last 7 games. The sad thing is that they just can't string anything together here at home. Duncan's header, and that's no more than a foot wide. That's much better by Tottenham. And Duncan getting in well on that cross. And Davis scrambling across his goal, but it was wide. King to Dobson. Bernard. And now Hoddle. That's not a bad ball there by Hoddle. If Alfie Conn can get onto it, Di Davis right out of his goal. Duncan was going to try a chip, but it was blocked by Jones, and Conn is hurt, and Pratt. Yes, that'll do for Pratt. Well, it was a breakthrough that came in a most unexpected way. After Hoddle had put through Con superbly, he cannoned there against Di Davis. And it looked as though Spurs had lost their chance. But suddenly on the far side of the penalty area, there was John Pratt. And the ball was at his feet. And from there to the back of the Everton net. Spurs 1, Everton 0, 26 minutes gone, and just the tonic that Tottenham wanted. Now it's Taylor. No foul there by Jones. Taylor claiming an obstruction. Osgood. Goodlass. Offside on the far side again against Latchford. No, it's a free kick to Everton. Well, that's total confusion because the linesman was flagging for something and it looked to me like a free kick, but it's a throw instead. And here's McNaught. Chipped in again. Oh, there's a chance for Hamilton. Another great save. Brilliant save by Jennings. Oh, that's the sort of save that keeps a side not only in the league but in the First Division. Hamilton catching that superbly. A masterly piece of goalkeeping again by Pat Jennings. Perryman, Con has control on his chest, but with that dummying there, they tried to get the tackles in there, and Con denied them all of it. But unfortunately for him, Steve Perryman couldn't keep his feet. But here's Taylor. It's not a bad shot either. Oh, and what a good save. Well, that was a Taylor special. Got it on that famous left foot, and it was curling all the way. That would have just crept in under the crossbar, except that Di Davis got his fingers to it and tipped it over. Spurs bubbling a bit at the moment. Everton are not a bad old side. Fourth in the table. They've lost only one of their last 7, and here's another corner for Tottenham. Latchford's header away. Pratt trying to turn it on for Peter Taylor. Andy King back to his goalkeeper. Touch there by Latchford for Mike Bernard. Turned in for George Telfer. And rather clumsily there towards Goodlass. That looks a better header there by Dobson for Goodlass. Pete Osgood there. Latchford tried to get in. A goal kick. Jones. I think it was Jones who won that header. Goodlass helping it on. Osgood. Naylor. Peter Taylor again. Dobson. Taylor. Warming to his task now, and I think the crowd are warming to him a little bit after that tremendous shot of his that was tipped away by Davis. Here he is again. Perryman. McAllister. Well, that came all the way to Duncan. Beautiful ball there, play for John Pratt. Now he needs to turn this back. It took a deflection and landed on the back of the net, but it's a corner. Pratt turning that back well, but it deflected off Mike Bernard and almost caught Di Davis out. So another Tottenham corner, with about 9 minutes to go to half-time. Willie Young's right up. this side of the Everton penalty area. Alfie Conn in there, John Duncan and Peter Taylor in there. There's the corner. McAllister! 2-0, and they just failed to pick him up. Well, Perryman took that corner, and McAllister raced from way outside the penalty area to head it firmly, unmarked, into the back of the net. His first goal of the season, and a very valuable one for Tottenham that gives them that little bit of breathing space. Spurs 2, Everton 0. Well, Everton have a good deal of reason to reproach themselves. Misunderstanding that led to the first goal and made it an easy one for John Pratt. And a total lack of marking there that gave McAllister that second. And here's Alfie Conn. Taylor. It'll be a goal kick. Everton will profit a great deal from it when Willie Young has finished showing everybody his skills. Because we've already played a fair bit of injury time. Half-time whistle due to go any second now. Good lass. Dobson. And now Naylor. And now Duncan. Pratt's gone away on the left. Conn is offside, yes. Set free, except for the linesman's flick. Thumbs up. That probably meant that the pass was appreciated by Conn, but the decision was certainly the right one by the linesman. Nort with the free kick for Everton. I think nearly 2 minutes of injury time, and I can't recall a trainer being on. Here's Latchford. And Jennings getting down to grab what could have been a dangerous one. As the whistle goes for half-time, well, a much better first half for Tottenham. Thousands have stayed away from White Hart Lane. They've missed really quite an encouraging first half for the home team, with those goals coming from John Pratt, helped by a bad mistake by the Everton defence. And then, of course, the second one coming, a beautiful goal, scored by Don McAllister from the corner. So a half-time situation here at White Hart Lane. Spurs 2, Everton 0. Welcome back to White Hart Lane then. Everton now attacking the goal to our right. These 2 goals down, although they do have a very good record away from home. They've scored in every game away from home this season. Of course, they started off in tremendous style on the opening day of the season when they won 4-0 at Queen's Park Rangers. Well, there are these 2 goals down, and here's Mick Lyons.
Spurs backing off a little bit there. Oh, nice bit of skill there. Perryman in hard. Good lass. Hoddle. Well, Duncan brought down. The pity of it was that it wasn't allowed to go on, but the referee can't always be right. And it'll be Keith Osgood with the kick for Tottenham. It's Davis. But here's the fellow who really can electrify the Spurs side over the next few years. Young Glenn Hoddle, who's not put a foot wrong this afternoon, shows such tremendous maturity. Now it's McNaught. It's Willie Young thundering it away. Hamilton. Everton have pushed a lot up forward now. Mick Lyons right in there, and he's staying in there an awful lot. There he is, in fact, chesting that one down. Telfer. And it might go through. King! Clearly deflected, but I think the goal must go to Andy King. Certainly Mick Lyons was right in there, playing a very big part. They'd thrown him forward, and he chested it down. Andy King took the shot. It took a really violent ricochet and beat Pat Jennings. Spurs 2, Everton 1, and Andy King keeps up an amazing record. Now scored 5 goals in the last 5 games. Well, I wonder what that's going to do to Tottenham. Will that in any way shatter the confidence that's been growing? Will it make them start getting worried about the crisis that's growing around the club as they go near to the foot of the First Division? Or can they really show character and pull away now? Well, there are still something like 34 minutes to go. Perryman. Peter Taylor. To Terry Naylor. Taylor. That left foot again. Duncan wanted to make something of it, but found that he couldn't. He didn't jump an awful lot there. Pratt just keeping that in play. A nice touch for Alfie Conn. Taking on King. Trying to get a 1-2 going. Played well there. Oh, and again, McNaught coming across to do a marvellous job in defence for Everton. Beautiful 1-2 there. Played with a lot of pace and a lot of skill there on the edge of that Everton penalty area, allowing Conn to go through, only to be foiled by Kendall. It's a couple of times in this game that Conn has looked as though he might squirm through, and both times I think I'm right in saying it's McNaught who has stopped it. So Tottenham's corner. Again, McAllister going in there, and that time he was marked. Pratt again. Coming up to halfway through the second half. Latchford versus Perryman. Hoddle coming in as well. Everton bringing their back four forward quickly, and Hoddle aware of it. He's aware of most things, but he couldn't find Duncan with that pass. Here's Hamilton. Now it's with Dobson. Every time Everton come forward, you sense there's a quivering in that Tottenham defence, but Naylor did well there. Something that might go wrong. Since King scored that Everton goal, there's no breathing space at all really for Tottenham. Jones planting another ball in there. Perryman horizontal, getting it away. Hoddle.
crack for Con. Oh. Taylor. Perryman. Naylor playing it inside again for Osgood. And here's King. Telfer. We've seen an awful lot of George Telfer, but now Spurs are being made to feel something. Right. It's not only a game that's balanced on a knife edge at the moment, it's also a very entertaining game as well. And here's Alfie Con. Played on for John Duncan. Is this number 3? No. Saved, though, well by Di Davis. And the ball going away into touch. Con doing superbly well again, feeding John Duncan, and Di Davis coming out and saving in the nick of time. A good piece of brave goalkeeping. McNaught. Terry Naylor across there, and Neil McNabb. And it's the number 9, John Duncan, who's coming on. Well, it's his first game since his operation. Maybe he found the pace a little hard. Certainly, he's added a certain thought to the Spurs defence, but to the Spurs attack. And the crowd giving him a tremendous reception. And I think it's really just a question of match fitness as far as he's concerned. And the crowd are pleased to see him back in action, and he's pleased, no doubt, to get that sort of reception from the crowds. Dobson still looks a real thoroughbred, Martin Dobson. Surprised a lot of people that he's been so ignored so far as England are concerned. After getting in the side 2 or 3 years ago. Martin Dobson. Everton's throw. Ronnie Goodlass. Well, he got that. That might present a problem or two. Latchford right in there with his head. McAllister away with his boot. Only Con is up for Tottenham, supported by McNabb. And McAllister. Well, that's a lovely ball from McAllister. Can Con make something of it? Brought down, penalty given. A penalty. The referee had no doubts. He just glanced to his left to the linesman. He confirmed what the referee thought. A lovely ball by McAllister. Con in full flight. Right on the edge of that box, just inside it. Brought down, penalty. Well, Di Davis is talking to the referee, but referees don't change their minds about a thing like that. Keith Osgood, who has scored twice this season, both of them from penalties. Against Di Davis, a vital moment that could bring tremendous breathing space for Tottenham. Osgood has scored. 3-1. The power of the shot gave Di Davis no chance at all. Keith Osgood's third goal, Tottenham's third goal, and Spurs now leading by 3 goals to 1. Everton came to North London. They were beaten 3-1 by Arsenal. That's how they stand here at the moment. Hamilton. Now King. Now Dobson. And a corner to Everton. Spurs goals this afternoon scored by a front runner. Cracked the first one. Spurs supporters now with plenty to shout about, but Mick Lyons was way up for that one, just over the crossbar. With Pratt scoring the first one, McAllister the second one, and Osgood the third. Defenders and midfield players in amongst the goals there for Tottenham. Oh, that chanting Alfie, because it was certainly a good, strong run by Alfie Klong from that beautiful ball from McAllister. It paved the way for that penalty goal. Dobson. Mr. Holland of Hertfordshire with that yellow flag. Never seen the linesman wave a flag quite as vigorously as he does. He's given Everton this free kick. Loaded in there for Latchford. Oh, and a very good goal by McNaught. A very good goal indeed by Everton. They took that free kick, and Latchford just flicked it back with his head. McNaught went diving in there. And that was his first goal of the season as well. And it gives us a very interesting last 5 minutes with a scoreline then. Spurs 3, Everton 2. So, another little period of worry coming up for Tottenham. It seemed it was going to be all their way at 3-1. With time running out, now suddenly they are back, facing just a little bit of a crisis again. Pratt catching it nicely on the volley, but hitting McNaught on the way. McNaught had a very good game indeed. He's done some tremendous work, this young Scot, in defence. He's only 20 years old, and then came up well to score a very good goal that puts Everton right back in it. Already 1 or 2 frantic whistles from the crowd. Ray Toseman won't worry about that, because his watch will tell him there's at least another 3 minutes to go. Here's Neil McNabb. Well, that might open up for McNabb. Oh! Well, he did tremendously well there, McNabb. Got himself into a good shooting position, but hit it across the face of the goal, and that surprised Peter Taylor, who was just standing there as the ball whistled by him. So he's going to start looking at an assortment of watches now. Just listen to those whistles. Pushing there by Lyons on Young. Free kick. Watch from the referee. If his watch is anything like mine, it says 10 seconds to go. Crowd getting behind Tottenham really now. Barracott's header will come from McNabb though. To lift the crisis a little bit if Spurs can hold on to these 2 points. Taylor turning that one in. Con couldn't quite reach it. Perryman's right there though. Con again, trying to knock it sideways here for Pratt. It'll come to Pratt. But Taylor supporting him down this left touchline. Another look at the watch from the referee. Wade to Pratt again. Away comes Hamilton for Everton. Well, they can build an attack, and they won't have time to do much else. Well, this is dangerous. Here's Latchford right through now for Everton, a chip, and it's there! Equaliser! Last seconds of the game, and Spurs have been pulled right back from 3-1 to 3-3. The joy is there, the inquests are here. The Spurs defenders look absolutely shattered by that. That quick break from the middle of the field through to Bob Latchford, who'd been silenced all afternoon by Willie Young. And Latchford was through, and as Jennings came out into the back of the net, 3-3. Well, that's an unbelievable finish. With something like 7 minutes left, and Everton 3-1 down, and to really all intents and purposes completely out of it after that penalty had been scored by Keith Osgood. Really made a tremendous recovery. Spurs have wilted, and the crisis at the moment here remains. Now, so little time left. But here's Bernard. Long ball played forward again. McNaught forced off balance to concede that corner. Now, Spurs bringing everybody forward. Referee looking at that watch again. I make a good 2 minutes of injury time already played. Taylor with the kick. Curled in again. Willie Young coming in. And just over the top of that Everton crossbar. The whistle had gone in any case. Well, certainly the thousands who stayed away from White Hart Lane today missed a game of amazing twists and turns. And really 90 minutes of high-class entertainment too. There goes the final whistle, and Everton have saved a point when it seemed about 7 minutes ago to be an impossibility. Spurs will be very, very disappointed, especially Glenn Hoddle, who'd had a tremendous game in the middle of the field and had shown such maturity for Tottenham. Players also like Alfie Conn, who raised the crowd and roused them as well. But in the end, it was that goal. Mick Lyons, the number 4, had a tremendous game for Everton as well, coming forward and was always dangerous. But in the end, of course, it was the number 9 in the dark shirt going off there, Bob Latchford, whose goal in the dying seconds meant that it was 1 point instead of 2 for Tottenham, and a point out of nowhere for Everton. Final scoreline then at White Hart Lane: Spurs 3, Everton 3.
Well, what a cruel twist for Spurs right at the end there, as they drop a very valuable point. But now let's meet our guest today, Alfie Conn, who had raised the supporters' hopes for so long. And in fact, the crowd were very good yesterday to you, Alfie.
Yeah, they were very good. It's the best they've been this year. You know, the support was tremendous. They kept it going right throughout the match this time, you know.
But sickening for everybody, that last 4 or 5 minutes.
It's a killer. It's a killer for the crowd. It's a killer.
What happened when you got back to the dressing room after that?
It was very, very quiet after the game, you know. Not much talking.
But in fact, there were some good things that came out of yesterday's performance by Tottenham. One of them, I think, was the way you combined so well with John Duncan back in the side again. You seem to get on very well with him.
Yeah, I played with John about 2 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
In the same position, you know.
Well, we've got a couple of examples here. You're playing very much more in a forward role now, aren't you? And here's John up alongside you. What was happening here now?
Well, I was hoping that the number 5 would come towards me so as I could take him on, but he kept backing off, and John's went wide, made space.
Yeah. Almost an identical situation here. That's where you do look at your best, don't you, coming into these strong attacking positions. Yeah. And again, you're aware of him there.
That's right.
This time the goalkeeper. Very quickly off his line, Di Davis.
He was. But I think I pushed the ball just a shade too wide for John.
Yeah. I thought you were going to get a great goal for us yesterday from this thing coming up now. A lovely ball from Don McAllister. You were telling me John Pratt was shouting for you.
Yeah, he was coming through. Actually, it was a ball for John. And I don't think John could have got to it. And I heard the shout, "You better take it off."
Right on the edge of the area. Definitely a penalty offence, but I don't know whether that was just inside the area or...
Seen it, you know, this morning. It's very dodgy. Yeah. Very dodgy.
The referee had no doubts. What about the role you're playing now? I mean, it was you were pushed up front yesterday, and that's obviously where you enjoy playing most, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got the freedom to go and do what I'm good at, or supposedly good at, by taking people on.
But Spurs supporters, they talk about King Alf and so on. There were banners there yesterday. They must wonder what you're going to do at Tottenham, because the last thing that I read about you was, "I'm never going to kick another ball for Spurs." This was after you were dropped the last time, and that seems to have happened several times, Alfie. Where do you stand with them now?
Well, I'm hoping to see Keith next week and try and get...
Keith Birkinshaw, the manager.
Yeah, and try and get something sorted out early next week.
What do you want from him?
In the last couple of years, I've been a standby player, and I just want, you know, word from him saying that I'm going to get a chance in his team.
A regular chance? A
regular chance, yeah.
And what, as a forward player?
In the team.
But you don't mind, therefore, whether you play up front or whether he slots you in as a midfield man?
No, but I would prefer to play up front.
Yeah. There seems to have been a personality clash from time to time between you and the management there. I mean, would it be partly your fault, do you think, Alfie, as well? I
think I've had partly something to do with it, you know, but there's been a clash of personalities with manager before. But this time, I mean, there's no trouble between Keith and myself.
Would you like your future to be at Tottenham?
As I say, I'll have to see Keith next week and see what
You can't even give a word of optimism for all the Spurs fans who are watching today.
Well, I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful.
Yeah. Let's go back now to that disastrous last 5 minutes and look again at the 2 goals that Everton scored. when it seemed that a very valuable confidence-building win was on its way for Tottenham. Right. Let's try and assess exactly where things went wrong. Here's a foul, in fact, Keith Osgood on the number 8, Martin Dobson. And the linesman beautifully placed there, and I think it's Hoddle, rather.
Yeah. It was definitely a free kick.
Yeah, free kick. And this is where things start to go wrong. In fact, one or two defenders are watching the ball instead of watching opposition. And I think, I wouldn't ask you to say it, that maybe Don McAllister is guilty there. Incredible, because he had done exactly the same thing in the first half at the other end when he'd scored Tottenham's second goal. Yeah. And then, of course, right on the final whistle with John Pratt and Peter Taylor. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to do here, but it was inevitable it was going to break down because the space was so tight there, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know, that's when they've tried to, you know, to play the ball through.
Good ball played here by Andy King and a tremendous run. And as a striker yourself, you would appreciate what Latchford's doing here. Yeah,
they took his goal exceptionally well. I mean, he's did everything right. Pratt's come out, he's narrowed the angle, and he's chipped it over Pratt's body. Great goal.
So that was a knock for the confidence. Is the spirit good enough to get Spurs out of trouble?
Yeah, the spirit's very good. I think the last 2 or 3 weeks, you know, it's proved it. And there's no way we'll go down. There's no chance of us getting relegated.
That's lovely, positive thinking, Alfie. Good. Delighted to have you in today, and I do hope you sort out your differences with Tottenham, and we can see many more performances from you at White Hart Lane. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
More action now, and for that we're going to drop into the second division, where Charlton Athletic, to a large extent on the back of that prolific goal scorer, Derek Hales, have moved into 5th place in the table when they visited Bristol Rovers yesterday. So a couple of highlights from the game at Eastville in Bristol, covered by HTV, commentator Roger Malone with Charlton in the dark shirts.
Ball out to Powell. Powell shadowed by Williams. Good quick break this by Powell. Hales, but mistake by Aitken. And it's off the line. But was it in the net? What a chance there for Flanagan. Dreadful mistake there by the Rovers defence, with Aitken making the final mistake, and Flanagan really should have scored. But Day got it off the line after the ball hit the crossbar. Flanagan robbed by Fernley. To Williams. David Williams pushing up. Has a shot. Oh, it's a beauty! Oh, brilliant play there by David Williams. Spotted the goalkeeper off his line, dipped it over his head and hit the crossbar. Class work by a polished player. Peacock. Looking for Flanagan, he's found him. Good control by Flanagan, and it's there. A beautiful goal there by Flanagan. His 7th of the season. A goal which proves just how dangerous this Charlton side are in breakaways. Prince with the corner. And it's there. It's there. Gordon Fernley, I think, got the touch there. Prince took the corner. A good late run there by Gordon Fernley. Angled the header. 1 goal all.
Well, a point that means that Charlton stay in 5th place, the promise of a good season ahead for them. Incidentally, the shot by Mike Flanagan that hit the crossbar, you may have thought that it crossed the line after hitting the bar, but in fact we looked at it frame by frame and the ball bounced right bang on the line, so Charlton weren't robbed. A few Charlton fans thought that that was the case. But now it's time for your letters, and the first one today from Mr. P.H. Ridout of 1 Avon Close, Sippenham Slough in Buckinghamshire, says, while giving full marks to Stan Bowles for a well-taken goal on your big match against Sunderland, I would also give Alf Gray, the referee, 11 out of 10 for fitness in the way that he kept up with the play. Take your eyes off Stan Bowles for the moment, just watch that man in black, Alf Gray. 41 years old, and just look at him going there. A tremendous example of fitness from one end of the field to the other, giving some of those players 20 years, remember. He tells me he trains 3 nights a week. He runs 4 miles each time on those training sessions. It's nice to pay tribute to a referee who is as fit as Alf Gray of Norfolk. A letter here from Mark Houghton of 105 Deerswood Avenue, Hatfield in Hertfordshire, and also from Stephen Lawrence of 50 Hayden Road, Brighton Hill Mead, Basingstoke in Hampshire. Stephen's 11. He says, I support West Ham and I would like to see some action from the European Cup Winners' Cup final of 1965 between West Ham and Munich 1860. Well, the Hammers are having a bad time. Let's cheer them all up now.
It was Wembley's greatest night of the football year, the final of the European Cup Winners' Cup. Munich on the left took the field against West Ham, who won the FA Cup a year ago, and are all out to emulate Spurs' triumph in this competition in 1963. A West Ham corner here, and a poor clearance gave them a second chance. Munich were rescued from danger by their star goalkeeper, Radenkovic. West Ham played better and better as the game went on. Another attempt now by Brian Deere, not quite on target. A splendid chance now for West Ham. The ball went to Seeley. And he punched it home. Very well, of course. Now Munich took up the running, but without any luck. Long deferred reward came to the Hammers after 68 minutes. A pass from Boyce went to Seeley. This time it really was a goal. Deere was fouled by the goalkeeper. That meant a free kick for West Ham. Bobby Moore placed the kick well. And Seeley scored again. West Ham was still attacking when the whistle went for full time. What a night for West Ham as Bobby Moore received the trophy from the president of the European Union of Football Association. The whole country is proud of the Hammers, winners of the European Cup Winners' Cup.
Well, happy days there for the Hammers. We feature their latest performance at West Bromwich Albion yesterday in just a couple of moments. But I must tell you about a remarkable thing that happened in the Olympic Stadium in Munich a couple of weeks back when Bayern Munich were playing Bochum in a first division game in West Germany. Quite apart from some brilliant goals, one coming up here by Franz Beckenbauer, taken beautifully by the cameraman behind there. But you've seen dogs and hooligans on the field. But what about this? A full live duck there during a first division game. Well, he was quite happy at one end in the penalty area because Bayern were doing all the attacking at the other. There's another goal coming up right now. But by now, that World Cup goalkeeper of Bayern Munich has spotted that duck. And Sepp Maier has time while the action goes on at the other end. There's a goal from Gerd Müller to consider a roast duck dinner. But not tonight. A quick mention, though, before we go on, of two testimonial games to be played on Tuesday. One is for Bristol City's Trevor Tainton. It's Bristol City against Bristol Rovers at Ashton Gate. Something there for all West Country fans. And the other one is in London. And it's for West Ham's Frank Lampard. West Ham against Fulham at Upton Park. That's both on Tuesday. Both good servants of clubs that are going through a bad time at the moment. And I do hope that loyal fans will give them the support that their service over the years now deserves. Well, our last match today, we now stick with West Ham, in fact. No away wins in the league this season so far, indeed only one at home as well. And now a visit to West Bromwich Albion, and that's a really tough one. A game covered by ITV. The commentators Hugh Johns, West Bromwich Albion are in the stripes.
Martin, Giles and Cantello wide open on the left side. Waits for Robertson to go on down there. Tracy, and that's John Weil. Well, that was a positive chance then. Built and constructed all over the left side. With Cantello and Robertson. The ball finally coming in. It was John Weil who got on the end of it. Wide of the right-hand post. So we have the 45-minute period of the first half completed, so we're going into a little bit of added time for the one or two stoppages we've had. Tony Brown. Martin, Robertson. Edwards. Robertson. Giles in trouble here with Kerbsley. Now Edwards and Giles again. Did well under the man. There's Weil leaving it for Mulligan. No, Weil wants it. Got to hurry though. There can't be very much more time of this left of this first half to play. Mulligan's cross in. Ali Brown down. The shot for Martin. It's 1-0. Albion. Well, we're in a minute of it. Added time for stoppages, and Mick Martin pitches a goal at exactly the right moment for West Bromwich Albion. John Weil feeding that ball in. It was knocked down so perfectly, they didn't pick up number 7, Mick Martin. And he pops in for his 4th goal of the season. Kerbsley. Robson in the box. Headed out by Mulligan. Tony Brown breaking clear. Way over the far side is Tracy, and he's onside. No, he's not. No, he's not. Up down below us to our left, and the linesman stopped that one. Taylor then for Lampard. Kerbsley. Got Robson. Little chip in for Keith Robson. Great save. Oh, that was unlucky for Keith Robson. Super chip ball from Pop Robson. Keith Robson lost his marker. Got a super header in. A fine, fine save from Osborne. West Ham still very much in this game. Only 1 goal down. Pressing constantly for the equaliser. Pop Robson is getting it away. Patton will go in on this. Looks long for Orhaz. Goes in against Mulligan. And for Brooking. Giles gets it away. Good one to Brown. He's got Tracy up with him. Bonds screaming to get back. There's the ball for Tracy to hit. Great save. Ray Tracy did everything right then. Made himself available as Brown goes on the attack. Tracy was always there as Bonds was trying to get back. Did make contact with him. The ball laid off neatly. Tracy struck it first time. A superb reaction save from Mervyn Day. And the corner. Brown got there, and Brown gets it again, and it's off the line. Tony Brown now. And a corner left side. Well, a double let off for West Ham as the corner came in from Truitt. Brown got there the first time, it was charged out, whacked it a second time, kicked off the line. Kerbsley scurrying to get there. Martin for Tony Brown. Back for Cantala. This is Truitt. Oh, that's a bit short. Looked as though it was going to be a bit short for Osborne. Robertson, Mulligan. Martin on again. Alistair Brown. Mulligan going down the touchline. Checks against Bonds. Martin. Oh, and that was a bad mistake by Mervyn Day. And Ali Brown punishes West Ham. It's 2-0. Mervyn Day so cross with himself then. That high ball lobbing in. There really didn't seem to be any danger at all. And Mervyn Day had it, lost it. And Alistair Brown punches in for the second Albion goal. 2-0 the score to Albion. A fat 10 minutes left. Lampard. It's hanging there. It was hanging there for a long, long time. Osborne finally had to punch it over. So another corner. Brooking, the corner. Although Patton is over there as well. Lampard. Bonds, rather, sorry. Bonds. Robson. Tony Brown for Cantello. Got to get it away. Giles, good ball on for Tony Brown. And again the break is there. Truick racing on the far side. Brown and Truick. Truick on his own now. Oh, super save, and Brown will get in there. Oh, what rotten luck for Mervyn Day. The breakout had West Ham cold. 3-0. About 4 minutes to go. Superb ball out from Johnny Giles, picked up Tony Brown, and as he raced on, there was both Brown and Truick. He picked Truick. Brown was following up behind Truick, and when Truick had his shot saved brilliantly by Mervyn Day, there was Brown to pick up his second goal of the game and make it 3-0.
Well, sadly, that's a defeat that puts West Ham at the bottom of the First Division. And what a sorry sight this is for London football, with Spurs also deep in trouble there. Indeed, the top London club being Arsenal, who today stand a modest 13th in the First Division. But that's it this week. Hope you've enjoyed the programme, and we leave you today with a reminder, really, of an old football fact, and it is that when you are down, you really are down, and you get punished for every mistake you make, as West Ham and Spurs would endorse today.
Martin on again. Alistair Brown. Mulligan going down the touchline. Checks against Bonds. Martin. Oh, and that was a bad mistake by Mervyn Day.
Well, they can build an attack, and they won't have time to do much else. Well, this is dangerous. Here's Lashman right through now. For Everton a chip, and it's there!